Good morning, students. Today our topic is transistor. It is a three-terminal device. The device like as uh, it is a black coated black bulb. It consisting of three terminals. So the one side terminal is called as the emitter, and the middle terminal is called as the base, and the end terminal is called as here collector. So we are having a two types of transistors. One is a PNP transistor, another one will be the NPN transistor. PNP. So PNP means two segments of P-type semiconductors are separated by a segment of N-type semiconductor, then it is called as the PNP transistor. And what about the N-type NPN transistor means two segments of N-type semiconductors are separated by a segment of P-type semiconductor, then it is called as the NPN transistor. And the circuit diagram of the PNP transistor. So one terminal is one side is the emitter and the middle one is the base, and it is the last terminal is called as here collector. Emitter, base, collector. But in PNP, in NPN transistor, the direction is here important. In a PNP transistor, it is inwards to the base and it is outwards from base. So these are the circuit diagrams of the PNP and NPN transistor. For why we are drawing this is inward and it is outward, so we will explain now. And it in a PNP transistor. And next here emitter, base, collector will be there. How they will be formed here? That means how to prepare these segments. So first one is here emitter. What is that? Emitter. So thus it is the one side of the transistor. It is of a moderate in size. And heavily doped. It supplies a large number of majority carriers for the circuit flow through the transistor. So it so emitter moderate in size and heavily doped. It supplies a large number of majority carriers for the current flow through the transistor. Emitter. And what about the next terminal? The middle terminal is here the base. This is the central segment. It is also called as the central segment. It is very thin and lightly doped. And third terminal is called as here collector. Collector. So it is moderately doped and large in size. The segment collects a major portion of the majority carriers supplies by the emitter. Emitter, it is in moderate in size and heavily doped. It supplies a large number of majority carriers for the current flow through the transistor, and base is the very thin in size. So look like the diagram will be, if suppose you have to take a transistor, it may be a p type or n type. So in that collector is very large in size, so like this, and base very thin in size, very thin in size, like this. సో ఇది ఇంకా లార్జ్గా ఉంటుంది కంపేర్ టు సో ఈ 3 పార్ట్స్లో కలెక్టర్ అనేది చాలా లార్జ్ ఇన్ సైజ్ ఉంటుంది, బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ మోడరేట్లీ డోప్డ్. I will draw once here. Collector is large in size but moderately doped. Here it is moderate in size. It is moderately doped, large in size, but here it is moderate in size, largely doped, and it is very thin, lightly doped. So if suppose you have to take that is the in case of here it is a PNP, suppose it is NPN, it is PNP, it is NPN. So in PNP it is moderate in size, largely doped means in P the majority carriers are here holes, so in that the holes are majority carriers. In P side it is large in size but moderately doped. Here also holes will be there, but here in base it is very thin and it is lightly doped. It means in that end the majority carriers are electrons, lightly doped, like that. Okay, once I will explain PNP and NPN transistor. In PNP transistor, 2 segments of P type semiconductors are separated by a segment of N type semiconductor. Similarly here in NPN transistor, 2 segments of N type semiconductor. So we are having 3 terminals. One is the emitter, base, collector. Emitter, base, collector. So in that emitter, base, collector, in emitter how to doped, base how to doped, and collector how to doped. It is heavily doped, it is lightly doped, it is moderately doped, doping. In case of sizes, it is moderate in size, it is very thin, and it is large in size. Okay, so now we will go for PNP and NPN transistors. PNP and NPN transistor. First of all, PNP. PNP transistor. All of you observe this diagram. Okay, so here this diagram is in color manner, so it is very easy to understood. So in P it is a heavily doped PNP transistor. It is a emitter, base, collector. Emitter is heavily doped, so in P type the majority carriers are holes. So here you have to observe, and it is a very lightly doped, and P here heavily doped. So in P type, the maximum or majority are here holes. In N type, it is lightly doped. These are the electrons. And here moderately doped. So opposite to this, here you have to draw the diagram. In NPN transistor, electrons are the majority carriers. It is heavily doped. In P, it is a base. It is lightly doped. So in P, the majority carriers are holes. In N, it is the collector. It is moderately doped, like this. First of all, in PNP transistor and an NPN transistor, it is the common base transistor. What is that? Common base transistor. In common base transistor means here base is common. Base is common. Here in NPN transistor, it is the base is common here. It is the base. Base is common. Here we will take the input between emitter and base. Emitter and base. Emitter and base. So it is the input, here it is also input. Here it is the input part. This input part is in forward bias. Compulsory it is in forward bias. Then the transistor is in active state. First remember this point. Here it is the input part. This input is always in forward bias. So forward bias means P is connected to positive and N is connected to negative. So here the input is VEE and the output is in here reverse bias. Reverse means P is connected to N. It is reverse bias. So input is forward bias, output is reverse bias. Here in NPN transistor, emitter, it is the N. You have to connect it to the forward bias means N is connected to negative. P is connected to positive. It is the input. It is in reverse bias. N is connected to positive. P is connected to negative. Then it is in reverse bias. Here output voltage is VCC. It is VEE. Here VCC. In case of common base, if suppose common emitter means, so at that time the input is VBB and the output is VCC. Output is VCC. Input is VBB. At common emitter configuration, we are having 3 types of configurations: common base, common emitter, common collector combination. So that we will discuss next. First, all of you observe this diagram. So the input is, it is a common base. Base is common for input and base is common for output. So the input is, you have to connected in a forward bias, the output is connected in reverse bias. Here it is also forward bias, reverse bias. So in forward bias, the depletion layer will be decreases. In reverse bias, the depletion layer will be increases. So you have to observe this diagram. This blue color indicates the depletion region. So in case of depletion region, the width will be small. Here that the width of depletion layer will be large. So here the blue color indicates the depletion region. Why? Because in forward bias the width will be decreases, in reverse bias the width will be increases. Already you learned this topic. So in case of forward bias, P is connected to positive means they are moving towards to the junction. They are moving towards to the junction. And here these are moving towards to the junction electrons. Why? Because in n-type it is a light in size and also it is a lightly doped. So then the width of this depletion layer will be very easy to break by these holes, and these holes again come to the p-type. That means they will from emitter to they will very easy to join to the collector. Why? Because these are the holes and it is a negative terminal. That's why these holes are very easy to pass to the collector side. So that's why in that the from P side the collector holes will be increases. So it is the diagram. So here the current direction is in case of emitter. So here the electrons are coming this side. So what is the direction of the current? Opposite to the electrons motion. So here it is the direction means then opposite to this motion it is the collector current IE. Sorry, it is the emitter current, and the base current is like this direction it is moving, then opposite to this it is the IB. Here it is the direction of the electron, then it is the direction of the collector current IC. So always the direction of the current is opposed to the motion of the electrons. So in this direction the electrons are coming, then it is the direction of the current. So in this direction the electrons are moving, the outward direction is the base current here. So here from this you have to apply the KCL. So it is the inward current and these two are the outward current. Then IE is equal to here IB plus IC. From PNP transistor, the majority portion of the current is maximum due to holes. And the current direction is inwards to the emitter. That's why we can draw here in this direction it is the direction of the current. In case of NPN transistor it is in outward in direction. So all of you observe here. So what you discuss here it is in forward bias. Here the width of the depletion region will be decreases, and here the width of the depletion layer will be increases. Why? Because it is in reverse bias, it is in forward bias. So in forward bias here the holes are moving towards to the junction, here the electrons are moving towards to the junction, then the width of the depletion layer will be decreases. Here it is lightly doped, that's why all these electrons will be moving towards to the from emitter to collector. Why? Because it is a positive terminal, it will be attract the electrons. So it is the direction of the electron means then the current direction is in outward in direction. It is the emitter current is outwards, and here in this direction it is the base current, then upward IB. It is the direction, then it is IC. Okay, then you have to apply the same formula KCL. So it is the inward current is equal to outward current. That means IE is equal to here also IB plus IC. Okay. All of you observe the diagram, textbook diagram. They will be very clear. So it is connected in a forward bias. So N is connected to negative and P is connected to positive. That's why these holes are moving towards to the junction, electrons are moving towards to the junction. Then the width of the depletion layer will be decreases. Here the holes will be moving outwards and the electrons are moving outwards. So then the width of the depletion layer will be increases. So it is connected in reverse bias, it is connected in forward bias. It is a common base configuration. So in case of here the current is inwards, here the current is in outward in direction. So in NPN transistor the majority of the charge carriers is due to electrons. In that the majority of the charge carriers due to holes. That's why we are preferring in practically in experiments we are taking NPN transistor. Why? Because in that the majority carriers are electrons, in that the majority carriers are holes. Okay, we are having the basic transistor configurations. It is a common base is common. Here it is the input and it is the output. So in case of common collector, it is a common collector. So outward means which type of transistor it is? NPN transistor. NPN transistor. So emitter is taken outward. It is a common collector. In between base and collector we will take the input, and in case of output is taken from the collector and emitter here, collector and emitter. So how to draw this diagram? Very easy. So once I will draw here. First all of you draw the circles, simple. Okay. So which will be common you have to take in down here. It is the base is common. It is the base, common base. It is the emitter, and so here it is the outward. It is the emitter and it is the base. It is a collector and it is a base. So it is the output and it is the input. Okay. In case of common collector means arrow. It is the collector and it is a base. So base, collector you have to take the input, and collector emitter you will take the output. And here emitter. It is the base and it is the collector. You will take the input in between base and emitter, and output is emitter. But input is always in forward bias and output is in reverse bias. So then the transistor is in active state. Next one is the amplification. Transistor is especially used for to amplify. So here the amplification means output current by input current. The change in output current by change in input current. That is the amplification factor. Here the alpha is in case of a common base configuration. So alpha is the amplification factor. Output is from collector we are taking. Input is taken from the emitter. So change in output collector current by change in emitter current. Change in emitter. It is the ratio of the change in collector current to the change in emitter current at the constant of the output voltage. Output voltage from VCB, the voltage between the collector and base is constant. VCB at constant collector base voltage. And in case of the common collector configuration, the amplification factor is here gamma. At that time gamma is equal to change in output current. Output current is here delta E to the change in base current. At that time the constant of voltage is equal to the voltage between emitter and collector is constant. So output voltage is constant. And here in case of common emitter configuration, so the output current is equal to is taken from the collector current and the input current is taken from the base. That means the change in output collector current to the change in base current at constant of the voltage change, at constant voltage between collector and emitter. This is the amplification factors. These are the amplification factors. These are alpha, beta, gamma. Now we will go for in our syllabus only one transistor is there, that is a common emitter transistor characteristics. Common emitter. So already the emitter is a common. Okay. So it is the emitter and it is a base. In between these two are you have to connect it in forward bias. So base means it is the NPN transistor. In middle term is the P. So P is connected to the positive. So the positive, it is the input voltage is VBB. And output voltage is here VCC. And the change in voltage from base to emitter is equal to VBE. And the change in current through base is equal to it. And here similar manner you have to connect the output voltage is here VCC. So I will once draw here the diagram. So first you will take the transistor. Common emitter means like this. It is the emitter. Okay. And here to measure the current you have to take the microammeter through base. And this one is connected to through a resistor. Input voltage is it is a NPN. So central is positive. So positive, negative. So it is the VBB. Similarly here also you have to measure the current is in terms of milliamperes. It is also connected through resistor. It is the N is negative. It is reverse bias. You have to connect it. So N is connected to positive. In between of these two emitter and base, the change in voltage. So you have to apply the voltage. It is the input voltage. The change in voltage is measured by using a voltmeter. So here you have to take the voltmeter. So the change in voltage in between BE, base and emitter, is equal to VBE. And the change in voltage between collector and emitter is equal to here VEC. So then the circuit diagram is over. So same manner in NPN transistor, the input characteristics. First one is the input characteristics. So input characteristics. So input is taken from where to where? So input characteristics is measured from VA characteristics similar. So VA means voltage versus current. So here the current is here IB. Current is here IB. And voltage is here VB. So then you have to draw the diagram like this manner. So here the IB and it is the VB. NPN, if suppose it is a silicon crystal, then you can study the input characteristics. At that time you can make the constant of output voltage. So you make the constant of collector emitter voltage, you make constant, then you can you can take the readings between current and voltage. You have to change the voltage, then you can measure the current. So change of voltage, you can measure the current at constant of output voltage between collector and emitter. So at particular, if it is a silicon crystal, this part is in forward bias, then the junction layer is break by a voltage of 0.6 volts. 0.6 volts, then it will be like this. But you have to change the output voltage between collector and emitter. You have to change it. It is 10 volts or 20 volts or 5 volts or 6 volts. Then also the graph between voltage and current will become same. This will you have to do in your BE lab, basic electrical engineering lab. If it is if suppose you have to choose the branch at EEE or ECE, then you compulsory do the emitter characteristics, common emitter transistor characteristics. Here input characteristics and output characteristics also you have to take the. So input characteristics from input current and input voltage, and similarly at the time you have to make the constant of output voltage. And what is the input resistance? What is the input resistance? So resistance is not V is equal to actually IR. So input resistance is equal to V is equal to actual IR, R is equal to V by I. So change in input voltage from base and emitter to the change in base current at a constant output voltage, then it is called as the input resistance. So only definitions are there. What is the input resistance? This is defined as the ratio of the change in base emitter voltage to the resulting change in base current at constant collector emitter current. So this is the dynamic, and as can be seen from the input characteristics, its value varies with the operating current in the transistor. So the value of Ri can be anything from a few hundreds to the few thousand ohms. So this will vary from some hundreds to some thousands. So this is the input characteristics, and we can go for the output characteristics. Output characteristics means, so output voltage, it is the output voltage is taken from where to where? Collector and emitter. You have to take the output voltage at the time the change in current in output collector. Okay, it is a common emitter. So then input current is across base, output current across collector. So the change in voltage VCE to the output current is IC. Then we can study the characteristics of the output characteristics of the transistor between IC versus VCE at a constant base current. So if suppose from this diagram you have to observe, if suppose you have to change the base current, that means you have to change the base current, means automatically the collector current and voltages all will be changes, but you have to make the constant, this value you have to remains constant, then you have to study these characteristics. So మనం దీన్ని కాన్స్టెంట్గా ఉంచితేనే దీని యొక్క క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ స్టడీ చేయొచ్చు. అంతేకాకుండా ఇక్కడ మనం బేస్ కరెంట్ని మనం మారుస్తున్నాం అనుకోండి, ఆటోమేటికల్గా బేస్ కరెంట్ మారుతూ ఉంటే ఇక్కడ వోల్టేజ్ కరెంట్ వాల్యూస్ చేంజ్ అయిపోతూ ఉంటాయి. సో దీన్ని కాన్స్టెంట్గా ఉంచి ఇక్కడ వోల్టేజ్ చేంజ్ చేస్తూ కరెంట్ వాల్యూస్ ఎలా ఉంటున్నాయో స్టడీ చేయాలి. So you have to put it constant of base current, then you have to study the change in voltage versus change in current. So at the time IB remains constant, that means base current remains constant. Okay, this is the graph. Collector voltage, collector emitter voltage to the collector current. So this is the output characteristics, and similarly output resistance means nothing but R naught, it is the output delta VCE upon delta IC at constant IB. So R naught is the output, resistance is equal to output voltage to the output current. It is the ratio of the output change in output voltage to the change in output current at constant base current is called as the output resistance. So this is defined as the ratio of the change in the collector emitter voltage to the change in collector current at a constant base current IB. R naught is equal to this. Already we completed a current amplification factor for common emitter, common base, common collector also. Okay, based on this we are having some problems, so I will explain next class. Okay, bye students.